You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? Cappy here. We have a request that I'm only partially or majorly, but not 100% completely qualified to answer. So I will have to enlist the help of some of our East Indian brothers across from overseas in the Red Pill community, because I am not terribly familiar with East Indian culture. My best friends is from India. I've learned some things through him, but it was more about computer programming and how much he likes sledding, which they don't have a lot unless you're in the Himalayas. Uh, yeah, so I can only tell him in terms of universal truths among the sexes, regardless of where you're from. And also, he aims on coming here to the United States, so I could give him the ground rules here in the United States. But now as to how it pertains in India, that's like asking me how to play cricket, which I did watch my buddy play several times. I still don't know how the hell. Why are they running now? Hi, Aaron. I'm an Indian coming to the United States for my master's degree in information systems. I approach women who seem interested, but I can't seem to maintain interest and close the deal. My question is, how can I maintain interest in conversation, and how do I grow the balls to approach more women? So we'll go through that and I'll answer the individual questions. So a bit about me, 25-year-old Indian male, height 5'8". It's over. Buck 52. Go to the gym 6 days a week for at least 1 hour a day. And it shows in the pictures he given me. In terms of money, muscle, and game, I have the money and looks optimized in the next few years. My main problem is game. My social skills suck. Had bad social anxiety after my dad died. Also, being raised by a single mom didn't help. In the past few years, I got better on that front, but still got no game. So, all right, I said, we'll shoot over some normal pictures so I can see what we're looking at. So he shot over some pictures. And then I asked, what was the other one? Also, where are you asking girls out? Are you in India, the United States, or somewhere else? It says, I'm asking out girls in India so far. I'll be flying to the United States next week. Kindly share a video response. Blah, 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 blah. A few more details about me. I'm balding, taking treatment for it. I used to be fat. Above pictures are when I lost 35 pounds. So he sent some pictures, and I'm not a gal, but you're a good looking dude. You got darker features, good, obvious is that you're working out. Yeah, you got the receding hairline going. But nothing, just so you know, when the hair goes, pull the Rich Cooper, just shave it off, and you got good facial hair, and do the beard thing. But yeah, I would say you're a handsome man, but as you find out when you get here, that is not it. All right, so let's do it. Two different markets, because India is different than the United States. As for India, I have no idea about gaming Indian women. I'm going to assume it's easier over in India because it's still more traditional culture, though based on what I've seen, especially with a fair amount of Indian actresses coming over here and seeing a lot of feminism happening over there as well, that may be changing. I looked up the average height. You're the average height for an Indian male, so that's kind of not good. Your height hurts you there as well as it really going to hurt you here. And then also from what we've seen on the online dating apps here, again, though this is the United States, East Indian gals don't seem to even like East Indian guy. I have to say East because we have American Indians here to not confuse my audience. And that's the problem all Indian men are going to face on a global dating market is you guys are dead last for some reason. I don't know why the girls don't like you as much, but they just don't. I think the top rank are white guys, then followed by Latinos. But the East Indian guys you guys are dead last. And we don't have time to argue about it being fair, right? Just, oh my God, womans. It is what it is. So you're doing everything within your power. You're lost the weight. You're going to school for a legit degree and program. And you do ask out girls, and that's good. But as it pertains to India, you're short. Your women don't seem to like you that much. I could be wrong. Beyond that, I am speculating. So there's got to be. Do we have a red pill East Indian guy? Like we got Macho Toxico, he's Portuguese speaking, so he covers Portugal and Brazil. There's got to be some red pill guys in India, or would it bring too much shame to them? So, when you're in India, I would go seek out the advice of somebody else who lives in India, who's an expert in that culture, because that's where I fail. All right, now when it comes to the United States, you are SOL, man. You are got a huge uphill battle. Mainly, number one, you're short, 5'8". You're just an inch shorter than me. The girls here are hyper picky, to the point, I don't know how much information you got about Western women. You're not finding your wife here. I mean, you might, there's always a chance, but you are not going to want to bring one of these women home to meet mom. If that was your goal for marriage, but if it's just dating and fun, that's fine. You could do that, but you are not going to be finding a marriage quality woman here in the United States. That being said, most of them are going to want to have nothing to do with you because you're 5'8". Also, you have the huge disadvantage of being Indian, which is the least sought after of the various racial groups on the dating platforms and profiles. And then I should have asked, right, did you tell me where you're going to school? I know a lot of the clients we've had from not just India, but other countries, they all go, if you're in IT, you're all going to California because you want to work in Silicon Valley. And it's just like the worst of the worst. So you got yourself a huge uphill battle going on here. So I know you said, how to stop being a nerdy virgin and all that. So let's talk about your virginity first, and then we'll talk about the girls in the games. Honestly, dude, if you want to lose your virginity, go over to Pahrump. All right. It's outside of Las Vegas, and just go get yourself an escort or a lady of need. That's the quickest way. It's the exact same advice I give guys here. I know there's different strategies. Like, here's how you get laid. You don't have time for this. I mean, it depends. I mean, is it really important that you lose it to a girl that you got through your own merits and all that? Fine. Then there's dating strategies and techniques. But otherwise, that is such an overrated thing. It's such a pain in the ass. I don't know what the cultural background is in India. Like, is premarital sex ashamed and it's more common to be a virgin? But whatever it is, if you want to lose it, come to the United States, drop the money on it, pay for it, be done with it, and now you don't have to worry about it. That's one less thing you got to worry about. Same advice that I give all the American virgins here. Then when it comes to actual courtship and dating, what's really going to help is to be a stoic and accept what you do and do not control, categorize these variables, and not worry about the ones you don't control. So you do not control your height. You can wear lifts. Go ahead, do it. Those like platform heels for guys, you could go ahead and do that. That's not going to hurt. I think they're pretty cheap. Wear some fancy clothes, not too fancy, but dress up. Here, culturally speaking, if you are going to cook at home, okay, this happens with the Somalis in Minnesota, but also a lot of my East Indian friends. You have the oil, the cooking oils. You don't smell it because you're from India. That is just regular smell. I'm sure Americans have smell. Americans, they smell like whatever, chemicals. It's the same thing. The cooking smell, it's not necessarily bad, but it ain't good either. So if you're going to cook using traditional Indian cuisine and the oils used and whatever, the curry and all that, shower. Keep your clothes in a separate room from the kitchen so that when you go out and say, oh, he's got that Indian smell, which is not going to help you with American girls. I know, oh God, it's so no. A true buddy tells his buddy if he's got bad breath. All right. That's what we're talking about here. So there's that. Use standard American deodorant like Old Spice or I don't know, Schick or whatever we get at the place. A good regular cologne. I use what do I use? I have a Jimmy Choo, which I did not buy. Oh, Bulgari Man. I like that one. I could be wrong. Girls may not like it, but I like Bulgari Man. So just a little bit. Lifts. What else? Make sure you don't cook with the food at home or keep your clothes separate in a bag. Yeah, that's that kind of your height. And then I'll get into the other stuff. But let's be clear about what you do and do not control. You're not going to control your height. You're not going to control your race. And you're not going to control Western culture. Okay? And not to bore you too much, but women in the United States have been told they don't need men for about the third or fourth generation now, especially at your age. These girls, especially in a collegiate setting, they're not interested in marriage. They're probably not interested in guys. So these are the huge advantages, but or disadvantages, but you don't control any of that. All right. So the height thing, which you don't control, we addressed that with the lifts. The tangent about, hygiene, some basic hygiene should be all right. Keep going to the gym. That is under your control and things like that. Now, what you're really concerned about is the money, which will come later because you're data science. Muscles you're working out. That's the hardest part. Now you're worried about your game. And there's no way around it except it's the same way like when I was in jiu-jitsu. The way you become really good at jiu-jitsu, you can go through practices and technique, is to actually fight and spar. And you got to get to the point where you punch through that you're not worried about approaching women anymore. It took me a while to get to that point, but I was pretty young. I was like 19. And I just got used to rejection. And it really helps when you realize, I don't know if movies have conditioned foreign men to view American women as, oh my God, blonde-headed, big-boobed goddesses. They ain't crap. I mean, just go to a Walmart. You'll see when you get here. But especially when you're a younger guy, and this happened to me too. I'm like, oh my God, women, they're magical. Oh, you get it? No. I mean, and the other thing to help get over that fear of approaching and talking to girls and rejection is you really got to take inventory of yourself. First, you go to the gym, you lost the weight. Second, you're coming to a foreign country, which takes some balls for education purposes. But it still takes there's a little bit of courage there. You're majoring in a no joke, getting an advanced degree in a no joke field. All right. You are one of the future well income earner type of guys. You are an up and coming high income earning man, or at least a well-to-do man. And then you put the work into your face. You have a nice haircut and everything like that. So the point I'm trying to point out here is that you are a catch. You are a higher quality man. Not in the eyes of these women. They need you to be tall, which is out of your control. They need you to be a different race, which is also outside of your control. But in terms of what you have done, you have become a very accomplished man. And that was what got me through getting rejected. Because I'm like, wait a minute. This would happen in college all the time. I am working full time. I'm going to school full time. I got really good grades and I work basically campus cop. So it's kind of I don't want to say heroic, but it's like, yeah, it's a cool job. I'm like walking girls home, making sure they don't get attacked, things like that, keeping the campus safe. And I didn't collect any money. I didn't get any money from my parents to get any money I had my own place, paid for everything. Was I super rich and Tom Brady? No. But for a 19-year-old kid with no help, I was about the best there was on campus. Very proud of myself. So when a girl shot me down, it's like, okay, what else could I have possibly done? Like, what rock is left unturned that I didn't do? And you're kind of in the same situation. You go to the gym, you diet correctly, you're getting an advanced degree in a real field, you're coming for an away game here in the United States. What else could a girl want? What else is under your power to do? And another thing is, how many hours is there in a day? Could I have hit the gym more in college? Yeah, but I would have had to give up work. So when you do, the short version is when you do the best you can do, there's not much more you could do to improve yourself. Then that's her problem. Now, if you're asking out some 6'2" goddess model, yeah, you're foolish for approaching that girl. But if there's a cute 5'4" girl, she's not a 10. She's not like, oh my God, she kind of got that cute nerdy look. And you ask her for coffee. If she shoots you down, she's wrong. Now, maybe for whatever reason, she doesn't like you, not tall, But here's the thing. She is wrong. She should have at least given you a shot. And in her not, that is her loss. That isn't where give you the right, you're a loss, bitch. Don't be that. Just, that's all right, thank you. And you move on. But in terms of sustaining the criticism, the rejection, I think every guy should do this, regardless of where you're from. Are you doing the best you can? No one knows you better than yourself, right? You know if you're a good person. Are you putting in the time, effort, and money? Right? Money in like investments, and do you have good finances? That kind of thing. You do. You're in shape. You're got to get professional. You're not a criminal. You're a good man. And if a girl turns you down, she is turning down a good man, and you shouldn't take it personally because honestly, most of these girls have such warped expectations of what they deserve and what they're meant to, that most of you are going to get shot down, especially those of you that are short. So make sure you're doing the best that you can do so that it's not your problem. It's not your fault. All right. It's her. The problem really is on her. But that, again, is why you don't ask out a girl who's like 5'11", because obviously they don't want short guys. The other thing, and this is one of my buddies, he came over from India, that also helped. Now, he didn't meet his wife here, but that is to be social in the United States. What I did notice is, and he pointed out to me, he's like, I said, oh, you want, he was in my dance class. And he wanted to learn about, let's go drinking and let's try America. You can eat buffets. And let's do this and Ferris wheel, that, and I don't know, all that other stuff. I said, well, don't you have any friends from where you work? Your community friends? Like, all they do is work and they go back to the apartment and they eat. And that's it. They spend time with their family. And I said, they flew all the way across the planet to not participate in America? He's like, yeah, they kind of keep to themselves. So while you're here, I'm not saying abandon your Indian community. Go out and do American things. Now, I strongly recommend picking up ballroom dancing. Whether it's swing dancing, depending on where you are, maybe certainly salsa, certainly swing dancing. Those are the two most popular ones. It also might be called country, depending on what state you're in. But that, I would say, is one of the best things for you personally in your individual situation, because it will introduce you to a lot of women, and not so much that you meet them, although that too, but you'll be interacting with women regularly. You will be forced to lead. You're going to learn something. It's a very polite way to meet people and interact with women, because you're not there to hit on them. You're there to learn how to dance. You pick up a skill. And depending on the town you're in the United States, if it's big enough, there usually is some kind of like actual dancing going on. There might be a salsa nightclub. There might be a swing dance club. There might be just a ballroom club. And so if you know at least one dance, which I'd recommend just learning one to begin with, you could go in and dancing, assuming there's a good and vibrant dance community, that is a great way to meet girls. Also a great way to kind of inevitably date them. So you go to a dance and there's a cute girl and you kind of watch her and she knows how to dance. You say, oh, hey, do you want to dance? You just dance a little bit with them. And there's another girl and you dance with her. And just, you don't want to poison the well too much, like asking out a ton of girls, but, go and dance for a couple weeks, get to know everybody a little bit. You'll establish a rapport. There's usually a dance community. And then there'll be this cute girl that you've had your eye on for the past couple. You've danced a couple times. Like, hey, what are people doing? This always happens. Like, hey, you want to go dancing sometime? So you go to some other dance. Now, here's where Claire Meister will give you a little bit of inside biz. There are established dances, dance hall. Like, you go to a dance. People are there to dance. They have a band. They have music or whatever. And there's a dance floor and people go and dance. But then this is why I would probably prefer swing over salsa, is then you're going to need a big enough town. If you're in a big enough town, there might be a jazz club or someplace with a smaller dance floor. It may or may not exist in your town, but what that allows you to do is remove the girl from the herd. I'm like, yeah, there's this jazz club over here on 3rd Street. They got a little dance floor. You want to go grab a bite to eat and go dancing? And then it's like, okay, you're still dancing. You know how to dance. You know this gal. And you get, otherwise, you could always do like, hey, you want to grab, you dance with the girl or something like that. And hey, you want to grab a bite after this place closes? Or you dance with the girl like, hey, what are you doing next? Say dance night is Wednesday night. Like, what are you doing Wednesday night? Hey, you want to grab dinner before dancing? That kind of thing, because then you still go dancing. And it's just a really great way to interact with girls, politely, civilly, in a structured environment. And it's a great then date recommendation. And then it's a skill you got that you could take anywhere. My buddy, he's a good dancer too. And his mom was very proud when he went back. So that's what I would recommend. Swing, East Coast swing, salsa. If you happen to be in southern towns or bigger towns, salsa is a very good one to learn too. And then as like a tertiary backup, I would say maybe some general ballroom, like, no young girls do the waltz. I'm trying to think, like rumba, a lot of the Latin dances, tango, rumba, merengue. I hate recommending this, but it's true. Learn bachata. It's the most sickeningly stupid dance ever, but the girls absolutely love it. Pling ding 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 ding. But girls are like, yay! And you'll be like, I hate this, but it'll get me laid. So I don't even know if I remember how to do bachata. Step, step, hip, step, step, hip. So that's one thing you can do. But then any other kind of social activity, not even necessarily to meet girls, but just so you don't waste your time here in the United States, like join a volleyball league. You're young. They got a lot of people. Get in some kind of intramural sports. If there's a road trip, hiking, if you're anywhere near the West, like if you're in the West and you're near national parks, absolutely get into some hiking. Go and, I don't know where you are, but do that. I mean, if you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, that's not going to hurt you either. That's not exactly exclusive to meeting girls, but getting out into some kind of group activity, even if it's a whiskey tasting club, a cigar lounge, something, get out and actually go do it. But that'd be for more general socialization. But then you'll also meet girls. I'll tell you what I want you to avoid is coming to the United States, not doing anything social, not meeting any girls, not even getting any American cultural experience. And then you go back to, wherever, Delhi or whatever. And what'd you do? Well, I hung out with all the other Indians. And then I asked one white girl at the gas station out and she laughed at me. And that was your American experience. But definitely do the dancing is one thing. So we have know thyself, know that you're the best version of you that you could possibly be. Don't ask out girls out of your range, so that when you do ask out a girl and she turns you down, you're not worried about the rejection because, like, okay, well, you just passed up a good guy. Pick up some ballroom dancing and meet the girls. That'll certainly help you with your confidence with women and all that. And then the final thing, it's just coming through volume. You got to get to a sales, like you're selling something. And this is the stage I got to where you ask out girls and you just get shot down and you don't care because you're used to it. In part because, you tried your best and okay, she lost. But after a while, it almost becomes a game. Like you don't care. And you say, well, what do I talk to girls? What do I say? It'll happen naturally. You're going to suck. You're going to suck. Just like when I hopped into the ring first time for doing jujitsu, I got the crap kicked out of me. You are going to suck the first 5, 10, 20 times. But soon you'll go in and one bit of advice, don't try to have a line. Just talk normally to the girl. Like usually there'll be something in the environment you could talk on. Like, they got a hat. Like they got I'm trying to think of a sports day. A Dallas Cowboy hat. And he'd be like, oh, Dallas Cowboys. Huh? Not that you would know the Dallas Cowboys. So maybe American sports would not be the best thing. But you would go, oh, Dallas Cowboys hats. You're like, are they gonna lose again this year? And I go, ha ha ha. What do you think you're so? I don't know. You go to games much? I don't know. I like baseball. You want to go see a baseball game instead? Something like that. I'm for quick and fast. Don't schmooze. Just be a little bit funny. Something like, hey, how you doing? Da da da. Great lines like, you got a boyfriend? No. Good. You want to get a coffee sometime? Nothing fancy. And they'll say, I got a boyfriend. You give them the out if they got one. But usually, I don't, now you watch Troy Francis, and if you need like details, if you wanted more of the underlying psychology, talk to Troy Francis, therealtroyfrancis.com. He'll tell you. He's British, so he's a little bit more Western background, and it'll be more of a deep dive. I think just getting shot down and getting your ass busted in the ring, asking out a bunch of girls, that will build up the resistance and you'll be inured to the rejection and you'll get better at it. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, you're cute. You want to get a coffee sometime? Nothing. No. Do you want to get dinner? Is it like, you got a boyfriend? You know? And if they say, yeah, you're like, dang it. You know, there's a graceful way out. But it's just volume, man. It's just volume. So yeah, come here, learn to dance, go out, be social. There's a cute girl like, hey, got a boyfriend? No? Want to get a bite to eat? And then you just talk to them about them, you know, and be genuinely interested. If you have a problem talking to the girl, then you're worrying about talking. No, talk to her. There's one thing women love to talk about: themselves. So, and follow up. Like, you actually want to get to know this girl. Like, it's not, I've never had trouble talking to girls. It's like when you ask them a philosophical question, like, I don't know. And then you ask them another, like, so what are you doing? I'm a college student. What are you studying? Journalism. Oh, you're going to become a journalist? Yeah. At that point, don't blame yourself. Leave. Like, know when to walk away. But if you're asking someone questions about themselves in general, it doesn't matter, male or female, and they start giving you one-word answers, that is not an intelligent person. You don't want to deal with that person, so you can go ahead and leave. But generally, not at your age, usually people open up a little bit when you talk to them, like, oh, what are you doing? What made you choose that school? You like school? You're allowed to talk about, I didn't like school. And I got to go to school though to get them. You ever get a master's degree? Think about that. And so you just have these conversations, and, you know, there's not much more to it than that, but doing it over and over and over again. And then here's the final thing that I want to add to this, to give it ultimate context. When you get, again, I don't know what India is like. When you get here, and let's say you date a lot of girls, what I need, it's hard to do because this didn't happen to me until I was like 27. I always thought they were magical. Oh God, I said, and I remember one girl, I'm like, she's a moron. Wait a minute, they're all morons. And I don't know how or what it is. This girl just said something incredibly stupid. And then I realized I'm a human too. I have the right to have like conversation, be asked a question. Like, it should be an interchange. It should be an exchange. I'm not here to entertain this girl and be the court gesture. And if it becomes too hard, it's not my fault. That girl is just incredibly boring. That girl is not putting in any effort. These girls are not the prize to be won over. They are fellow human beings to have an initial conversation with, to see whether or not you like her and she likes you. And if it is tooth pulling because you're in this idea, I got to get her. You don't even know her. It should be just as much as you trying to prove yourself to her as her trying to prove herself to you. And when you come to the United States, you're going to find out the majority of these girls are majoring in worthless, dumb crap. They don't have any goals except what they've been conditioned and told to have, which is party girl, career, look out, you go girl, feminist type of politics, socialism, Democrat. That's not their sole existence in life. Party, YOLO. In other words, they're not terribly deep. Now, you might find a girl who's got to say, hey, first place I'd be looking is your classroom. Smart engineering girl, hell yes, there's something there to go with. But if you go out and about and you're talking to Amy, what are you doing, Amy? I'm like, oh, well, I'm just trying to find myself. Did you go to school? No, I dropped out of college. What are you doing? Well, I'm kind of selling essential oils right now, but, I'm getting into the Baha'i and, this really kind of like, what's your name? Jessica? What are you doing? I'm in law school. Oh, what do you do for some fun? Law school. What do you plan to do after you get out of law? Law. Do you have any hobbies? Law school. And you're like, oh. And so don't let the movies fool you. The average American, I'm including men in this too, by the way, is they're morons. They're boring, fat, obese, food-consuming, Walmart shopping morons. There are very few intelligent people here. And that includes the women. It's just you're not going after guys. When a guy is boring, you're like, God, this guy's incredibly boring. You walk away. You're finding a way to get away. But with a girl, like, oh my God, I get some. No. They love food more than love. They have completely worthless degrees. Very few are intelligent or interesting people to engage in. And if you take the time to remove your sex drive from it, you'll see, like, oh my God, this is an incredibly boring person. And then when you realize they are mere mortals, and 9 times out of 10, pretty dumb ones at that, then you're like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? It was rare, but if a girl's like, oh, I'm an engineer, I'm like, oh, really? I get a little okay, you better up your game here, Clary. Like, oh, this is a smart one. Okay. But I did get to the point in my single days when, like, I'd leave a date, like, hey, is it da 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 da? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it's been fun. I gotta go. Bye. Yeah. Because you're like, no, there's nothing magical, nothing exciting. So do all the things to accentuate, lifts, hit the gym, do that. Ask a lot of girls out. I would avoid online dating like the plague. Don't even waste your time with it. Learn to ballroom dance, join some social clubs. What was it? Get inured. Even ask girls out in public just to don't stay in the same area, because then, oh my God, he keeps asking girls out. It's not illegal yet. Who knows? Practice and get used to just talking to girls, and being okay with getting shot down. And then ultimately realize they're not, you'll know when you catch a good one, but usually they're not worth keeping. And you'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, really? You like Hillary Clinton too, even though she ran 6 years ago. Okay. All right. No, I'm not an American. I don't have an opinion on American politics. I have my own opinion about my own country's politics. If you could imagine that. And then finally, I would focus on your studies, just so you know. If you haven't, go get the book. Actually, I should add this here. Please read this book before you come to the United States, just so you have you're a STEM guy, so you're math inclined. And any immigrant coming here, especially if you're a mathematically minded guy, you really ought to read this book so you understand what's going on. But I'd be focusing on your career. Like, I would not sacrifice your GPA. I mean, go have some fun, enjoy American culture, check out our national parks, do the things you want to do. Certainly ask out the girls, but man, I would not have it at the expense of your career and your education. Get your degree, get a good job, good grades, get a good GPA, get an internship if you could find one. I don't know, it depends on your career. Take full advantage of the United States while you're here for your career, the real reason you came here. Do ask out women if you want. Okay, certainly do that. But I would not make women the priority here. So because they are not receptive to men in this culture in this time right now. And not at that age either. I mean, if you're in a college environment, most of those girls are career oriented. Whatever they'll have fun. That's too, but just lower your expectations. And that be it. Come here for you. Don't come here for the girls. And then when you go back, maybe you're savvy in some ballroom dancing, got a little bit of culture, and maybe you'll impress an Indian girl back at home. And maybe if you picked up a musical instrument, I don't know. It's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. But yeah, as in terms of losing your virginity, I cannot, guys. You want the true American male experience in 2022? All right, I'll give you the true American male experience. Just go pay for it. Just fly out to Vegas. Prostitution is not legal in Vegas. You have to go outside of Clark County where it is legal. Just scratch the V thing off that. Be done with it. And then you can move on in life. And then have fun dating the American girls. But yeah, that's kind of the advice I get. Now let me read, make sure I got approach to women who seem interested, but I can't seem to maintain interest and close the deal. So maybe they're not interesting. I know there'd be some people that would say, oh, they're interested. You just got to keep talking. It's like, if it becomes a pain in the ass, no. Maintain interest and close the deal. Well, that's why I don't know why you like talk to girls for so long. How about switch tactics? Like I said before, get in there, be really quick. Like, hey, you got a boyfriend? Oh, you want to go out? Want to get make it something to find. You want to get coffee? You give her your number. It's like, here's my number. People write it down anymore, and then some girls will text you, or some girls will call you back. Some won't. You don't have to worry about it. You got more important things to do, like your career. But yeah, going up and just cold opening a girl and talking and being charming and charismatic, that is a Herculean level of acting. You gotta be really interesting, really, really on your game. I just went, and I think the time to impress the girl would be over something like coffee, or maybe you're dancing, you just chat with them, at the bar or something like that. My question is, how can I maintain interest in a conversation, and how do I grow balls to approach more women? Well, you just approach more women, maintain interest in a conversation, talk about them, and then know when they are not carrying their weight. That's the number one thing. If they're not interested and they're just there and they're like giving you one-word answers, leave. You don't want that girl. Just leave. You don't be rude about it. Like, okay, yeah, this is incredibly boring. I'm going to pay my tab and go. And you could do that. You could just get up and leave. Well, and then in an ironic sense, they'll probably find that more. Oh, wait, what? Like, you do one-word answers. I got stuff to do. I got to study, man. I didn't come here to meet girls. I came here to study. I just thought you were cute. What? Main problem is game. Social skills suck. Ballroom dancing. Had bad social anxiety after my dad died. It's too bad it happened in the past, but you got to get over it. I just approach more, How do you do good at jujitsu? You just keep getting punched in the face. Have somebody's crotch right there or his foot. Yeah. Let's put it this way. How about by the time you leave, go back to India, or your education is over here in the United States, get to the point that you have some game. Maybe it doesn't have to be the best game, but you're okay. You're social around women. Don't rush this. Okay. Don't force it. You're already going to have enough homework with your advanced degree. Start easy. Ballroom dancing. Talk to some girls. Hey, you want to get me a real simple thing? You dance with the girl a couple times. Don't force it. Just dance with the girl a couple times. Next time you're out there, like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Hey, you want a drink? And just talk with the girl at the bar, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, how was your day? What do you do? Oh, yeah, IT guy. Oh, yeah, standard Indian nerd over here in the States. Yep. But oh, no, I want to learn how to ballroom dance. Don't mention how you got that idea. Oh, yeah, this guy called Aaron Clary. I listen to him all the time. He hates women. It's bad move. Bad move. Just say you saw some movie, black and white movie. And that should be it, man. But yeah, that's just really knocking them off the pedestal. And not just, trust me, I've dated a lot of them. They're not that great. When you're more impressed, like, oh, you don't have student loans and you're an accountant. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. Wow. How are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. All right, let's go. Oh, scrolling up. And then Cappy gotta go play poker. Cappy gotta go play poker. Scrolling. Alex Patino, truck driving Latino agent in the field, $5. Check out King Cole. He was doing cold approaches in Moscow with Troy Francis last year, and King Cole is Indian. Okay, there you go. There's a reference. Look up King Cole. He obviously, well, that's kind of hard. Speaking Russian, that he's out of his element there. That's impressive. Dung is fun. $2. Aaron, have you heard of Mouse Ultra experiment? Yeah, what is it, Calhoun experiment? Yeah, of course. Where they gave them all the resources in the world, and then the mice lost the social skills to breed anymore, and even the female mice that got pregnant would miscarry and abandon their children. Yeah, you mean what's happening in the United States now with humans? Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field for $5 again. He's a recon secret. Here's a recon secret. Avoid eating flavorful spices, including salt, because when you sweat, it comes out. That's how you recon enemy AO areas of operations. Yeah, my stepdad was telling me in Vietnam, don't smoke, don't use deodorant, because the Viet Cong could smell it. All I'm saying is he shouldn't like bathe in cooking oil and then go out dancing. Did you know, Mad $2? Troy Francis, effort for the win, nearly 50, no excuses. Yeah, Troy Francis. I mean, read. He's got. If you want another reference, I think Troy has a book on pickup in game. He has infields. I mean, you got to pay him a lot of money and fly out to where he is. He has a course offering on a game. If you're interested, email me. I'll go get the link from Troy. I think it's pretty expensive. I not that I don't like Troy, not that I don't want Troy to make a lot of money. Try my way first because it's cheap and it's not going to hurt you at all. I can't imagine if you're coming to the United States paying out of state tuition, you got a lot of money either. Be nice and don't stare at her boobs. Okay, first, don't stare at her boobs, but be civil. I wouldn't say be nice. Be civil. Be cordial. Nice guys don't finish well out here. Like, it is perfectly all right. You're talking with the girl, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, excuse me, I gotta go talk to a buddy over here. I'll be back. Like, you can, it's not that you be rude, but aloof. Don't be nice. Don't be nice. Dung is fun. $5. Women know about pre-selection. You find the girls in those groups. You'll weed out some of them. They will also weed out you depending on you. What is pre-selection? See, another thing I'm going to, in addition to the dancing, you have to get good at dancing. So take enough courses and classes that you're good at dancing. Dance with a lot of different girls. So that you're good. So, and then when you go to an actual dance hall, hopefully there's someone there, dance with someone who knows how to dance, not necessarily the cute girl, because all these girls are looking to see if you know how to dance. And if you don't show that you know how to dance, they're not going to say yes to a dance with you. So the very first thing you should do is find an older lady who does know how to dance, take her out for a spin, show all the girls you know what you're doing. Don't go up to the cute girl and ask her to dance. She doesn't know you. Oh, here we go. Cappy. Modern Life John. I think he's one of your students, John. You mentioned Money Muscles in game. What? Yes, desperation. Nothing is less. Yes, you are not desperate. Well, where's the other one? It says there's a $10 one missing. Did I already get the $10 one? Yeah, Abdul. Where did I miss you, Abdul? Hang on. It was $10. I don't want to. I don't want to miss your $10. Okay, here we go. Dung is fun. $5. I refuse another woman's advances because I don't like them. At a bar or a dance hall, they will ruin every chance of you talking to another woman. Oh yeah, the mother hen kind of thing. Let's not complicate it already more than it's going to be. All I want them to do is go learn how to dance, go to a dance place, dance with some girls, probably even make some friends. And then, like, on the third time he shows up, if there's a cute girl that he's seen before, like, hey, a drink or dancing, that's it. That's all I want him to do. Dung is fun. $5. Morgan Freeman said it best. You chase excellence and women will chase you versus the other way around. Right. Where did Abdul's one go? Here we go. Abdul Wahib, $10. Is better go with escorts in New York. Great time, value for money. If you have more time, try sugaring. If you still have more time, then try in Starbucks, increasing order of time wasted. I see the problem with New York is I still think it's illegal. I don't think it's legal in New York. I know they do. It's an escort, and any kind of sexual interaction is two consenting adults outside the contractual agreement of the escort. I get it, but I don't want I don't want him coming to the United States. The first thing he does is get a criminal record. He's got to go back to his mom like, what's it? Oh my God, you were arrested for prostitution. What has happened to my boy? Lee, 15 generous dollars. I'm 45, great career, divorced, kids live with me, but almost grown. Dating is easy now, but not bringing home any more shelter pets. I say young guys handle yourselves and it comes. Thanks, Cap. I don't know. I mean, yeah. See, you're the allure, the luster of women is gone because you got divorced. It's dangerous in some cases. If I went dating, yeah, probably be a lot easier, even easier than it was when I was like in my 30s. It was pretty easy by then, but I'd be just like, look, I don't have time for your bullshit. Just show up on time or dawn. I'm gonna be over here. I got work to do. But I don't know. Watching Chad go through it all, it doesn't sound fun now. Oh, I'm not. I'd be doing the sugar sites. I know someone else mentioned it before, but that takes time and money. But if I really want, I'm like, here, are you around? I come to Denver regularly. Are you around? Yeah, I'll fly you out. Okay, here's your job. Okay, that's it. I don't want to. No, we're not a thing. We're not going anywhere. All right, we're caught up. That's it. All right, have fun in the United States. See you guys later. Toodles.